Hello and welcome to Online Study for You. We have our special guest Vidya, who cracked TCS Digital and her joining is on 20th Feb. Vidya, you are welcome to Online Study for You and congratulations for your selection at TCS Digital. So, Vidya, please introduce yourself.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Vidya. I finished my computer science and engineering from Presidency University at Bangalore. And right now, I currently placed at TCS for digital role. And I got my offer letter on July 12th, 2024. And I got my joining at 20th of Feb 2025.
Okay. So, which year pass out you are?
2024 pass out, ma'am.
Okay. So, you are a fresher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for what job role you are placed there?
A digital role, ma'am. Digital role for 7 LPA.
Okay. Yes. Okay, you have told your salary pack. So, how did you get to know about this opportunity and how did you apply for it?
Ma'am, actually, I applied it from my college. It was on campus. I applied it and then
Okay.
cracked the exams and placed at TCS, ma'am.
Okay. So, what were the questions asked in your interview? Like, we want to know your whole interview process. Like, what was that?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. My interview was around 45 to 50 minutes. So as soon as I
Okay.
entered, yeah, as soon as I entered the room, they did not even ask me the questions of introduce yourself or nothing like that. They started with general discussions like where are you from and why are you in Bangalore and what do you like most about Bangalore? Like some like general questions they were asked, and they were asked me what's your father occupation and what he is doing. I told my father's farmer, and they were like, why don't you go to their field? Why don't you continue your life at farming, or why don't you go and do farming like that? I was like, no sir, my father want me to work at reputed company like yours, like how you people are working like that. They were laughing at me, and they started with my resume, and they started asking questions about my project thing. So I have answered, and one ma'am started asking the technical questions of oops, and like little 2 to 3 questions she asked in OOPS concept. And she gave me a coding question. She gave me the sheet and pen to write the code. And the question was to write the pattern, like star pattern, to print the pattern in any language. They asked me to write, and I wrote it in C language. So she said
Okay.
okay. And another person started asking the general questions again, like what if you go to some other state, and how do you if at all you want to go there, why do you want to go? Is it all because to explore the places, or what is your way to go there, like that he was asking. And I have answered him, and it was in my interview, I feel it was more over the general questions. So again they asked me, what if we send to some other country? So if your parents call you that you want to get married, how will you react to that? He asked. So I have answered that question also.
That was a
And
nice question.
yeah, thank you. And again they started asking from my resume some general questions, and they asked me, I was doing my certification in full stack web development, and they started asking about that. And again another person started asking the question, like why TCS, why do you want to join, and what's your next 5 years plan, and yeah, who is the CEO of TCS? And that person also again started asking little technical questions. Since I told I know C, he started asking questions from C language. So I have answered all the questions. And at last, again, the another person started asking the technical questions even. So regarding
Okay.
my stack web development course, which I was doing my course, he started asking the questions in that. So even I have answered that, like, what is the difference between Node.js and Express.js? And he started asking in that way. And that was also included in some general questions, like, ChatGPT, what's the role of it? and AI. So what's the role? How it is playing? Is it advantage or disadvantage for us right now? And again, one more question he asked, if you go and type a question at ChatGPT, it will give an answer. Again, if you type the same question, it will give a different answer. Why is it so? So I didn't know that answer. So I told no, sir. I don't know this answer. Could you, if you tell, I'm happy to learn, I said. So yeah, he was smiling at me and he told the answer. At last, they have asked the question, if you want to ask something, if you have any doubt, you can ask. I told her, sir, can you please rate my interview out of 10 on a scale so that I can improve myself? It will be helpful for the upcoming interviews to crack. They're like, no, give, we can't rate your interview. If at all we rate you, you let you know whether you selected or what. So we want to keep it as suspense till you get the results. So I was like, okay, sir, can you please let me know where are the areas I can improve myself? So they are like, okay, uh, some one or two questions I didn't answer. Like I was trying to answer, but at last I was not able to answer it. So they're like, it's okay to tell no sometimes. So I told, yeah, okay, sir. When you were telling some answers, you were recalling the answers, but at last you didn't get the answer. So before only, sometimes it's okay to tell no before itself if you doesn't know the answer. I was like, okay, fine, sir. Like that, I said. Again, they asked me if you have any questions to ask. I told no, sir. So another ma'am was in the corner. She said, "Oh, at present only," she said to no for your questions, sir. She learned so fast that she said no at right now. Like that, she was telling. Okay. Then sir told, yeah, yeah, good, good. That another one sir told. Yeah. Then they said, I walked out of the room. They said, thank you, all the best, I told. Yeah, thank you, sir. And I went out of the room. This was the whole process. It
Okay.
took around 45 to 50 minutes for my
Hmm.
interview.
Okay, so how long was the selection process like from the beginning to the end joining date?
Ma'am, my first aptitude and coding round was on May 8th, maybe May 8th, 2024. My exam was at 9:30 or 9 o'clock to 12:30, 12 p.m. We reached center at 8 o'clock. My center was at Mysore, ma'am, actually. So
Okay.
there were some server issue. My exam started at 11 or 11:30. It was supposed to be finished at 12 or 12:30, but it started at 11 or 11:30. We felt so frustrated because they closed all the rooms. We were not supposed to go out even. And we were
Yes,
not
yes.
able to call my parents and tell them that we are stuck here. So they did not allow us to wear watch also. We were not able to see the time. Simply by outside seeing the weather, we used to identify, oh, it might be 10 o'clock because they told us to reach the center before 1 o'clock, before
Hmm. Yes,
one
yes.
hour from the exam. So since my exam was at 9 or 9:30, I went at 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So sitting there waiting for the whole 3 to 4 hours when we started waiting. The whole team, the whole room people were waiting. So again, at last it started at 11:30 maybe. So it took 3 hours maybe to finish my exam. The first it was aptitude questions and reasoning questions. Some kind of technical questions were also there. And the last round was coding. Coding round contains two questions. It was also medium range of questions. Yeah, one question was about the password thing. If I enter the password, it should contain 16 letters, one special character, and at starting it has to be capital letter. The question was like that. So I solved that one question. So another question I didn't get the time to answer, so I skipped it. In the first question, out of 7 test cases, I was able to pass 4 test cases. So it went on like that. And my interview, again, from the aptitude and coding round, it took 1 month to get my interview, to get the schedule for my interview. And my interview was on June, maybe June 10th. So my interview was at New Horizon College, Bangalore, near Whitefield. And I cracked my interview. My interview was also went well. They had called me at we have to be there at 9 o'clock or 9:30. But my interview was at afternoon 12. 2:30 maybe. After the lunch, my interview was. Even the interviewer asked me, so you came at 9 o'clock. We took time till 2 o'clock. So what was that thought going on your mind? So what did you feel about the time duration? I was like, yeah, sir, I got enough time to prepare myself. They were like, what were you preparing? I was so afraid. Oh, if I tell, they'll ask in depth in that. Till 2:30, I was waiting and preparing. So I was scared that they might ask in depth. So I told sir some general questions and I was preparing about oops. So they said okay. Then after my interview, it took 1 month to get my offer letter. My offer letter came on July 12th. So from July 12th, I have been waiting to get my joining letter, and I got my joining at 20th of February.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. I got my joining letter on Feb 3rd, and my joining date is on 20th Feb. This was the whole
Okay.
process of TCS.
Yes, yes. Okay, so from where did you prepare and what was your strategy to crack?
Ma'am, actually, when I started to prepare, the only video I got was the online study for you in the YouTube. Whenever I used to search online study for you. Till now, after clearing all the interviews, till now online study for you is helping me out. And even I took the Achievers batch course from online study for you. I used to see all the videos of interview questions. I didn't know because I'm telling you, ma'am, this was my first interview for TCS. TCS was my first
Okay.
interview. I never gave any interview before for technical role. Because in my from my college it was mandatory to get placed in a non-IT companies. Then only we can able to try for technical companies. There was some rules in our college. So I did not went till interview round in any companies, whichever I attended at my college from last 1 year. From 2023 August, I started placement started in a college, but in 2024 at July, I got my offer letter. From 1 year, I did not attend any interview. TCS was the first company I gave my interview and I cracked it. So I was bit afraid to give my interview. Online study for you helped me the whole thing. Even I used to watch shorts in YouTube channel of online study for you. There, plenty of TCS interview questions
Yes,
were
yes.
there. I used to watch it regularly. Yeah, and I was not sure about my interview schedule even how it will be and what's the pattern of the mail. So how does it come? Nothing. I didn't know anything. So sir used to explain everything. And from Karnataka people, it was taking bit time when compared to other state students. So other state students, they were getting the interview mail before we get. So it was very helpful to see them, or it was very helpful for us to crack. We got some time to prepare our mind. So okay, we will get interview like this in the manner. So they will send a schedule mail and then they will send the confirmation of the uh, location actually. First, before they'll send the interview schedule, and at last, after 2 to 3 days before the interview date, they'll send the location confirmation thing. So we used to watch regularly all online study for you. Till now, people are frustrated because we are not getting the joining and like
Yes,
that.
yes.
People are very suffocated. But I feel I got enough time to upgrade my skills because from June I finished my engineering. I completed my engineering on June 2024. I forgot little coding or some basic skills. So online study for you made me to keep in touch with everything. So there everything is included. Even DSA I didn't do. I'm into full stack development. I studied Node.js,
Okay, okay.
Express.js. Yeah, I did those courses, but online study for you is helping till now. After joining also it will definitely help, I wish. So I'm also a student of crash courses. Even I took the Achievers batch courses, and their DSA is very nice, and I started learning from the scratch. So this is the whole process.
That's good.
Quite done.
Okay, so lastly, any tips for the students with their?
Yeah, ma'am, sure. What I faced one challenge from TCS was I didn't know any coding language. So they're like, In interview they asked me, so which language you know? I'm into, sir, I did my certification in web development, Node.js, Express, React.js, I know. They're like, can you tell me the language, C or Python or Java? So since I know little C, because before I moved into web development, little basic C I knew, so I was able to answer those questions. So if they ask in depth, I was not able to answer those questions. So even any web development courses will not help you to do the coding, because in aptitude round you have to do in a language, any C, Python or Java, any basic language you have to know to crack the TCS. So if in additional, if you know DSA or some like React, Node.js, React.js, it's also fine. But I would give a tip to learn any basic language so that you can able to write the code in the interview, and you are able to code in the aptitude round also, so that you can clear both the things apparently. This was my mistake. Since I told them that I don't know the language, they ask me for particular language. We have to know particular language. At least some basics we have to know to solve the codes, both in the interview and in the aptitude round also.
Okay,
So
okay. Thank you so much, Vidya. Thank you so much for your time. It was
thank,
great talking to you and knowing about the process.
thank you, ma'am.